All right. So tonight I have been inspired a little bit to do some chugs. I need to make sure that I am on camera here. Okay. I think I am good there. So I think everything's in camera that needs to be in camera. I got to work on this setup a little bit. It's not quite ideal. So I got my timer here. Got a straw and I got a bottle to chug. I also have my subscriber bypass card. Disclaimer bypass card. So again, I'll show that just for grins. I got two cameras going. So we'll see how it goes. I'm a little nervous because I haven't done this one in a while. And I'm not sure how I'm going to do. But what I got here is Jack the Ripper. This is made by ChilliBobs. It is named in honor of Giancarlo Capitan Jack Pepper. He currently holds the world record for this. He coolly consumed 7 bottles, acting like he was eating little containers of Jello pudding after school. Just kind of snacked away on them. So I'm going to do it a little differently. He poured it into a jar and then ate it. I'm going to use a straw and just suck it straight out of the bottle. And then it's a 4-minute afterburn for the bottle. So let's see how this goes. Hey, Corky, I've got a comment. My comments seem to be terribly sporadic, but we'll see how it goes. All right. So here's the first one. We'll get the straw. Well, you can see it is an empty bottle. And so I will start the timer. And there we go. I kind of like this one. This one and the Scoville Slammer, I think both have comparable flavor, comparable heat, ballpark between the two. But I think I like this one a little bit better. I think this one is my favorite of the ones I've had. I've not had the Killer Queen. I've had Killer Queen 2, which is just plain hot. This one, Ryback, and Scoville Slammer. The problem with the Ryback is that it's the texture from all the grapes and jalapeno in it, which doesn't do much for heat wise. It does give you kind of a sweetness as you get into it, but it's almost like a syrupy sweetness to me. I'd rather it be a little bit more vinegary and less sweet and just chug it down. Scoville Slammer is good. How's it going, Miguel? All right, that was tasty. That was good. I feel good about this. I can do one or two more. Not sure how many I can do, but we'll find out. Yeah, it's nice to see comments. I don't understand why they show up sometimes and not others, or the problem I've been having when I use my laptop like I am now, they're intermittent. I'll get some for a while and they disappear and they come back, and I can tell that I'm missing things because I can see where people are talking to each other and I'm only seeing part of the conversation. But yeah, congrats to Michael Dougherty tonight. Great push on what I believe was 15 chugs of Vicious Verde, which is a tasty sauce. Not the hottest thing coming from Uncle Bull Cow, but it's some pretty good stuff. Hey, Dean. We're just doing some chugs tonight. Get paranoid that the thing's not running. Well, this first one is easy. It's when you start stacking them, it gets difficult. I don't know how much my stomach can take. That's what I'm worried about. I do know that this first one has hit my stomach not as badly as I was afraid it would be. So I think I can do a couple. Well, that's what I'm aiming for. We're just a bunch of buds hanging out. I just happen to be drinking some really hot stuff. There it goes. So we'll get to number two. Oops. Oops, little drip there. All right. That's number two. But yeah, we're just chatting while drinking some hot sauce. Now this print's too small. I don't think I can read this. My eyes are too old. It does say the last ingredient is 9 mil extract. I can't read anything else. Vinegar, red peppers, 7-pot primo powder. That's the number two ingredient, it looks like. So it's not only got 7-pot primo powder, it's also got 9 mil extract. So it's toasty. That's right, just a normal Saturday occurrence. This is what we do. We hang out. You're not a presidential history buff anymore. So, trivia question. Who was the, and frankly, I know part of the answer and not the other part. Who was the president with the shortest tenure, and why did his term end? I get early presidents mixed up, so I can't remember which one it was. I don't think it was Harrison. It was somebody else. It was earlier than Harrison. The more interesting part of the question is, There you go. Yeah, he wasn't dressed warm. Caught a pneumonia on his inauguration and died a month later. George, that was it. You're right. It was Harrison. George Harrison. See, he didn't wear gloves because he was playing guitar for everybody. Ah, I was thinking Benjamin Harrison when you said Harrison. You're thinking William Henry Harrison, which is probably right. Ah, you already knew where you were right. All right, empty bottle. 4 minutes. Oh, that's a cat carrier. It's a very fancy cat carrier. It was my stepdaughter's, but we use it for our kittens now. You're talking about, I guess it's on this side, right here. It does look like a lunchbox. I can't pull it down. There's stuff on top of it that I'll knock over. But it opens up and expands so that if you're, I guess, I don't know, in the car or in the park or something, I don't know, they can, cats can get a little bit more air, a little bit more space and still be contained. All right. I definitely need to eat less and I definitely need to exercise more. Ouch. I don't know. Some people like to wear gloves because they don't want to touch their eye, but I don't know what difference it makes if you touch Tink and then touch your eye, or if you put on gloves, touch Tink and then touch your eye. You're still going to burn your eye. It doesn't make much sense. Oh, hey, Fritz. Hmm. Empty bottle. Empty bottle. Okay, starting to get into my stomach now. Do not know how many I'll be able to get through. This Jack the Ripper. Yes, sir. That's the one. Giancarlo. Capitan Jack Pepper. I scrapped TikTok. I don't have it anymore. Too much just wasted time. Yeah, that's going to be awesome. I wish I could go. Maybe next time. I am looking forward to Boston and especially Gettysburg. Gettysburg is going to be a blast. Empty bottle. All right, that's number 5. I can tell you one thing. I know I have improved since I've started doing these League of Fire challenges. Because I assure you, the first time that I did these, if I tried to do 2 or 3, I'd have lost it. There's no way I could have done 2 or 3 when we started. And now I've done 5 and feel good to do a couple more. Hi, John. This is the Jack the Ripper Chug Challenge, part of the series that includes Killer Queen 2, Killer Queen, uh, Scoville Slammer, and Ryback Slammer. I've gotten 5 bottles down. The record right now is 7, held by the man that the Chug is named after. My stomach was feeling a little rough, but it has settled down, which is a good thing. All right, the bottle's empty. So that's six. Next one ties the record. Well, thank you everybody for joining me. It's very nice to have company, and it's nice to be able to actually chat rather than just talking to myself, knowing that people can hear what I'm saying. Normally, when I talk to myself, it's because I've lost my mind, which happens quite frequently. I'd just rather it not be while live streaming on the internet. I'll have to trade them. Who wants one? Tell you what, Fritz, I'll bring you one in Gettysburg, and then you can take it to Rieti and get him to sign it. Yeah, I got my cards with this order of the chugs. It was very cool to. Well, I think the coolest thing about the cards is that the first physical card I saw with my picture on it was not one that I had, but I think it was Joe Andrews posted a picture of an order that he'd gotten, and my card was sitting there on the table with his stuff. That was the coolest. The nice thing about some of the eating challenges is you've got some carbs typically with them to help settle your stomach. So if you can take the mouth burn, you can settle your stomach while you're going. These chugs don't afford that. Okay. Empty bottle. 4 minutes. So this is the record tying bottle. That's a very good question, Dean. I'd like to know the answer to that one. Oh, I thought it was you too, Corky. That would be a pretty big belt for Naughty to win. That would be fantastic. That would be a big deal. Slovenia. Never been there. I didn't hear anything, Corky. Did you say something? I need some of Sergio's jazz music playing. Oh, all right, bottle's empty. just for good measure, since this is bottle number 8. So this sets the record. Oops. What is my hottest challenge so far? I don't know. It's really hard to compare challenges when I first started to now because my tolerance has changed so much. But frankly, I really feel like it's probably Reaper Roulette. That one lit me up. Uh, by the time I ordered it, I could only get 3 hot shots out of the 6, so I couldn't do any more. I did all 3, but it was rough. It's got to be that or Killer Queen 2. I think one of the interesting ones and one of the ones that can sneak up on you is the Fire in the Hole uh, Fiery Crispy. That one, because it's got so many carbs and sugar in it, you don't realize how much pow is in that crispy, and you start doing multiples of that thing, and it piles up fast. Which one is delicious, Corky? Oh yes, they are good. The Fire in the Hole Fiery Crispies, they're very good. Paul makes some really good stuff. Relatively, he's my neighbor. He's not that far from me here in Connecticut. I'm up near Springfield, Massachusetts. Paul's about, I guess, about halfway between here and New York City. All right, empty bottle. I got one left. That was number 9. So I've 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's all I got. Yeah, so we're in bonus territory now. Do I have to work in the next 24 hours? No. No, I don't. Uh Foolishly, I will do things where I will have to work in the following 24 hours. The next day is usually not so bad except for the lack of sleep. I'm glad you had faith in me, Corky. I was very nervous. I was concerned I wasn't going to get more than 2 or 3. I'm very pleased that I've gone this far. I'm very happy. Well, thank you, Corky. I appreciate the positive support. All right, last one. All right, empty bottle. 4 minutes. Ah, 4 minutes, and I can go start to recover. Ah, So, John, you asked earlier about the hottest challenges I've done. Here's something funny. Dean and I were talking about this the other day. I can do these hot challenges. Yes, I feel the heat in my mouth, but it's not that big a deal. I go and eat some habaneros and it lights my mouth up. Um, they're easier on my stomach, but they set my mouth up. It's just it's the way it goes. Whereas these, they don't burn my mouth as much, but I'm feeling it in my stomach. Yeah, I don't know. I was wondering when I ordered these, um, how many people do these to begin with, because the record's been standing for I think over a year. Um, these have been out for quite a while, and I don't see many people do. I have seen some people doing some onesie twosies lately, but not a lot. And so, yeah, I don't know if somebody will try to top 10 or even be able to get enough bottles to try to top 10 or not. I do like it when we kind of push each other by breaking records. Like after I broke Michael Dougherty's record for the Fiery Krispies, and he said he was going to break mine. I hope he does. It'll make me happy. Yeah, I think your DDR record's going to stand maybe forever, Dean, because that one no one likes, and it's expensive, and you don't get very many points for it. That was definitely one of the hotter challenges I've done as well. 10 might be my limit. I'm glad I'm running out of time here. All right. That's it. Thank you for sharing in my world record attempt and success there. I really appreciate the company. And I will see you next time, guys. Thanks again.